How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about ABC News correspondent David Wright exposing the fake news industrial complex on broadcast television in general, but specifically ABC where he works. Now, this particular video I'm getting ready to show you comes from Project Veritas. I'm not going to play the full thing here. If you want to see the full thing, I have a link to it in the description box below, but check out this clip. In this clip, you're going to see the general gist of what he was saying. It's going to make a lot of sense once you hear him talk. After we get done with that, I'll talk about what he said. I'll give you my 2 cents, my analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
We met correspondent David Wright while he was covering the Democratic presidential primary in New Hampshire. He says his network is misinforming voters during one of the most important elections in our country's history.
Well, terrible. I feel like it's like the truth suffers. The voters are poorly informed, and people also have the opportunity to tune in to whatever they want to hear. Right. And so there's no I don't know. There's no upside in our bosses don't see an upside in doing the job that we're supposed to do, which is to speak truth to power and hold people to account. We don't hold him to account. We also don't give him credit for what things he does do. Again, I think some of that, at least in where the place that I work and the places like it, is that with Trump, we're interested in 3 things. We're interested in the outrage of the day, the investigation, and kind of the palace intrigue of who's backstabbing who. Right. Beyond that, we don't really cover the guy. It became like a profit center, a promotion center. Like now, it's like you can't watch Good Morning America without there being a Disney princess or a Marvel Avenger appearing. It's all self-promotion, right? And promotion of the company, and also promotion of individuals within the company, as opposed to a kind of dedication to the story and a commitment to telling stories that we need to tell, but that are maybe hard to tell. The commercial imperative is incompatible with news. And we're in this awkward moment where, and created by this awkward moment, we have the president, and we can't figure out how to challenge him.
Do you consider yourself a Democrat socialist? Yeah.
More than that, I'd consider myself a socialist. I think there should be national health insurance. I'm totally fine with reining in corporations. I think there are too many billionaires, and I think that there's a wealth gap that's a problem.
Wright says ABC News is more concerned about, quote, the soundbite of the day, and his colleague producer Identifies agrees.
Nobody in New York goes and hangs out. I mean, people in New York are constantly, I think, fascinated by how can people like Donald Trump? How can people understand? Cross the Hudson now and then and come out and spend some time, and you'll hear why. And I still think that we don't understand that.
I mean, I don't think we're terribly interested in it.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, in my humble opinion, he hit every nail square on the head. He could build an entire mansion with no nail gun. You understand what I'm saying? Just a hammer in his hand, banging the nails. Everything he said was right on point. And this guy is not a conservative at all. You heard him say he's a socialist. He's like a Bernie Sanders type guy. It's too many billionaires, the wealth gap is that and the third. He does not like Trump, but he can at least be fair, and I can respect that. Okay, you don't have to be a Trump supporter. You don't got to be a conservative, but at least be fair. All right, give me both sides of the argument. Just like when I do my videos, I have links in the description box to my sources. It's not just from one side, it's from everywhere. So you can read all the sources for yourself and make your own mind up and see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I'm not going to be biased like that. And I appreciate the fact that he does not want to be biased as well. He works for ABC, so it's like, what are you going to do? Just not have a job anymore? You probably got kids and a wife and, they're going to college. You got to do what you got to do. So I understand that. I'm glad that he said this. It's unfortunate that he had to say it on a candid camera, a hidden camera that he didn't know it was recording. And by the way, he has been suspended by ABC because they're saying we can't have anybody that makes us appear to be partial or biased, which obviously they are. So they're suspending him. They said when he comes back, he would not be on political coverage. That's that. But moving right along, let's talk about what he said about what I like to call the fake news industrial complex. He gave a very powerful statement. Commercial imperative is incompatible with news. That is right on point. Because what he was talking about, you got to see the Disney characters and the Marvel Avengers and Good Morning America, and you can't cover certain stories because it won't get the ratings and the views and the clicks and whatnot. And we got to talk about the conflict. We're basically becoming infotainment and not news. We can't report on stories that should be reported on because commercially it doesn't make sense. And in case you don't know, ABC is owned by Disney, as ESPN is. So they're going to be promoting all their stuff. When Black Panther comes out, you're going to see stuff on Good Morning America, ABC News, this, that, and the third. It's all going to be just like product placement, not just commercials. That's one thing. Okay, that's going to be an obvious thing to have a Black Panther commercial on Good Morning America or on ABC Nightly News or whatever the case may be. But they're also going to put some of these cross-promotional things, materials, people, whatever you want to call it, in just the regular programming, just kind of, crammed in there or covertly put in there to where you're being advertised to and you may not even realize it. It's not a commercial break, but there's a commercial going on. So what he said there was right. And I like when his friend came in and they were having a kind of back and forth conversation. This is similar to what I heard from, I'm not really sure what, I think it might have been CNN. I think Project Veritas did a CNN sting or somewhere else. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. And the guy that was there for a long time was saying the same thing. He was like, look, things have changed. Back in the day, we used to be able to report news and be factual and just be correct about what's happening. But now we got to report on the conflict, the salacious headlines. We have to just be talking about things in a different way than what they were talking about previously, because it's all about money. The commercial imperative is incompatible with news. That's right on point. Shout out to this man, David Wright. It's unfortunate that he got suspended. He should just be able to stay there because what he said is 100% correct. I don't see anybody that's going to say what he's saying is wrong. People are saying, that's a personal opinion, this, that, and the third. His personal opinion, I don't see any faults in it. I don't see any flaws in it. It's right on point. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that David Wright is correct when he says that the commercial imperative on broadcast television in general, ABC, CBS, NBC, is incompatible with news? When you got to get money, when you got to please the sponsors, when you got to promote your products, that can't be the focus while at the same time focusing on the news. One has to fall. Either you're going to focus on the stories that are kind of tough to cover, things that might not make money, or you're going to focus on making the top dollar. You're part of the Disney Corporation. This is about money. This is business. It ain't really nothing else to it. If you want to be a news reporter, go to a local news maybe, or just be an independent journalist. Don't work for these big 3-letter alphabet quote unquote news organizations, because at a certain point, the money to be made is going to be more important than anything else. Or is he wrong in his assertion? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Do you think that the mainstream news, broadcast TV are impartial? I don't think so. I mean, at least Fox News are going to say we're conservative. They make no bones about it. They're conservative, but ABC, CBS, NBC, not so much. It's more just about a WWE type situation, going against Trump, kind of having that left wing point of view. And I got to close with this. I like when the guy was talking about news people and those that kind of live in these ivory towers, if you will, or walled gardens, not understanding voters. They don't get it. They don't understand what we're talking about. Those that are making all this amount of money, 6 figures or more, 7 figures or more than that, they don't understand just regular everyday people and what we're dealing with. And I'm glad he was able to admit it. Now, the question is, are they going to do something about it? I doubt it. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.